Being somebody who literally had $2 in their bank account from 18 and 19 years old to someone who's made multi millions by the time they were 29, there's a lot of things that I've learned and come across that I am here in Dubai. This is a flat out raw video that I just want to talk to you guys and one, give advice to my younger, 18, 19-year-old self, but two, you guys, can take some of that advice and apply it to your own life. Because I've always adopted the motto, you should listen to people who are in the exact spot that you want to be in. You're not going to listen to somebody who's overweight about fitness advice. That's just a reality. So yeah, I may be 29 and you watching this, you may be 37. I am just better at you than at making money and keeping money. You may be better at me in this area. This is just the one area I excel in. So I am qualified to talk about that. And I hope that by the end of this video, there is a lot of advice that you guys can take from it. I think what separates, me and everybody else is an immense level of focus that I've always had since I was 18 years old. And right now, the last 7-8 days, I was in Las Vegas, Los Angeles, New York, Malta, Turkey. I'm in Dubai right now. I've literally traveled all across the world over the last 7 days for work. And, being 18, 19 years old with $2 in their bank account, there were a lot of decisions that I made that allowed me to get here. And for you guys, I am hoping that you guys can make similar decisions. I visualized a lot as a kid, and as a freshman, sophomore in college. Like I literally visualized my life every single day, and I can even say honestly, even my visualizations then, what I am doing now in my life surpassed what I even visualized. I like again, I say this a lot. I had a phone call with Ty Lopez a few weeks ago, and he asked me, how much money do I want to make over the next 5 years? And I said 50 million. And he laughed and he said, I like you, because you have limiting beliefs. You're very short-minded. Basically saying I need to think bigger than that. And I can relate to that because what I visualized at 18, 19 years old, at what I wanted for my life and what I actually got at 25, 26, I'm like, oh, I've already surpassed what I wanted at 18, 19 years old. Advice to my younger self, it's not a lot of things I would change because what I did back then got me here. But one of the things I would say is you got to stop caring about what other people think of you, no matter what. I can honestly say, yeah, even though in college I was locked in, and there's a select few people who, saw me, locked in and would skip parties and would focus on, trading and money and business. But I did care what people think about me, like a lot of times, right? A lot of times I was chasing people who, I wanted to validate me, or even when I was posting online, I felt weird posting about the things that I was doing online. Like everybody's partying, and I'm over here posting me in a suit at a seminar, a Rich Dad Poor Dad seminar, talking about, meeting millionaires when people know that I only have, less than a few $100s in my bank account, right? And it even translated to business, so much so that I've, when certain things would happen, while I'm running the business, whether it's an internal issue with a team member or someone on the outskirts making a YouTube video about me, I would literally stop posting and would let that affect everything. Let that affect all the income because I just didn't care no more. And some practical advice to give to my younger self is stop caring about what people think, because they're not going to be the ones to help you get to your dreams and pay your bills. All the people in your life right now, your family members, your cousins, your friends, they are not going to be in your life right now or in your life 10 years from now. And I say this a lot in my own personal life, but like, you think the people that you're with right now are lifelong friends. They are not. There's probably one of them that's a lifelong friend, right? I've had people in high school who I thought would be in my life forever, like forever. Like in high school, I'm like, yeah, you're going to be at my wedding. And then, yeah, you're going to be in my life at 40 years old. Yeah, you're going to be at my funeral when I die. First 2 years of college, we don't talk no more. It just happens. You just naturally go separate ways. Friends in college, yeah, you're going to be basically everything I just said. The minute I drop out and I start focusing on money, we just go our separate ways. It just happens. People are there for seasons. And when you look at life as, oh, this person's in my life for a season, then you start to focus on what, like, There's one thing that's not going to be a season: your goal. Everybody else who doesn't like directly help that goal is seasonal, and you need to be on a collision course straight ahead to that goal. Even for myself, that the second thing is that you had to stop chasing girls as well. And I didn't chase girls as much as my friends did, but there were certain times where I could have gotten rich faster if I didn't chase girls. I don't. You guys are my audience, but for those who don't know, who are relatively new, there was a point in time where I knew GBP USD was going to drop dramatically because of Brexit was happening in 2016, and I knew it was going to drop. Like had I gotten this trade, I would have made probably like $60,000, and $60,000 doesn't seem like rich, to me now, but $60,000 to somebody who was actively broke, that would have changed my entire life because I could have used that money to this and that. And 2016, right? So I'm still 21 years old at the time, right? 21 years old. And the night Brexit actually happened, I thought it was going to happen the next day. Like it was like anytime this week, I knew the market was going to drop. And the night it dropped, for those people who who don't know the story, I was meeting up with a girl. It was our first time meeting each other, and we went on a date, and we got on the train in Boston back home. And when it was her stop, like she didn't want to get off. Like before, she was like, "Oh, what are you doing later tonight?" I was like, "Nothing, just trading basically on the charts." And she was like, "Oh, I don't want the night 10. I want to come over." And I was like, "Okay, cool, no problem." So we get back to the crib, and things happened, right? And when things finished happening, I checked my phone, and GBP USD just dropped dramatically. Like, I mean, like, when I say dropped, I mean, you guys don't understand. You guys think a regular drop is like, oh, the market dropped a little bit like it usually does on week. No, I mean, like, literally tanked from like 1.52 all the way to like 1.28 or 27. Like, it literally dropped like well over 2,000 pips. And I'm so serious. You guys don't believe? Go to TradingView and go to June 2016 and look how dramatic GU dropped. And when I tell you, like, my stomach dropped, and I have this girl in front of me who's all happy, and the night went well, and now she wants to cuddle in bed, and I'm like, I'm literally about to throw up because the one thing that could have got me to where I wanted to get to, I passed because I was chasing a girl, right? 2016, girl I just met, right? I literally just met her that day, right? We talked beforehand, right? But this is our first day meeting each other face to face. And going back to tell my younger self, advice, like, things had to happen for a reason, like literally a clear-cut reason for me to get to where I got to, because obviously at that point on, I knew going forward not to make that mistake again. However, in knowing that, and not knowing that then, but knowing that now, I can honestly say to you guys out there, like, all the stuff that you guys think matter right now does not matter but your goals, period. Like that is whatever your goal, it doesn't matter what your goal is, whatever it is, that is the only thing that matters. And a lot of people, do things that don't directly go towards that goal, right? Like, I could have been with that girl on a weekend when the market was closed. Didn't do that. Decided to do it on a weekday, right? Or I could have built such an impenetrable force to where I don't really care about what people got to say about me and think about me and worry about me, yada, 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 to where I can keep going. Like, I probably would have made well over 50 million right now had I not stopped posting in 2021 because I lost a key team member beefing with CoffeeZilla, and beefing with Sean Lee. Like, if I didn't care about any of that type of stuff and said, screw all of them and kept going, I would have made so much more money. But I literally just paused for like a full year. You go from posting 75 videos on YouTube in 2020 to posting 26 in 2021. That's a dramatic change. And revenue reflected on that, and subscribers reflected on that, and my overall happiness reflected on that. But I will say that the life I live now, I'm very, very happy and grateful for, and things happen for a reason. I want you guys to know that everything you guys want is very, very possible. Right? Like, this is a raw video. I have my whole setup all completed. I'm literally in my hotel room at Leonard's room. I just feel like talking. Come to the camera and just talking. So I hope you guys can appreciate that, and forgive me for not having my actual setup. Whatever you guys want, it's possible, and this is what I mean by visualization, right? Like, I talk about this in my other videos as well, but there's a book called Social Media Made Me Rich, and what he did was reverse engineer his success. And had I known about this book at 21 or 20, I maybe I would have been rich a lot faster, right? I didn't know about this until later on, right? Where he literally he had 3 columns on a Google Doc. And he was like, what I want, why I want it, and what I want, how much no, sorry, what I want, how much it costs per month, and why I want it, right? So prime example, like in his ideal dream life, even when he didn't have much money, he was like, I want a Ferrari F30. How much it costs per month? 2,700. Why I want it? Because I love Ferraris, right? That's rule number one. Number two, I think he said like a 6,000 square foot mansion. How much it costs per month? Mortgage is like 5,000 something. Why I want it? Because I want a mansion for my house, family, and kid, right? He just did this whole list, and he realized that what he needed every single month was about $44,000 to live his dream life. So every day he woke up hunting $44,000. And one of the things I'll say about you guys, and even to myself, is that you guys wake up chasing a vague number, and I chased a vague number, and that just never works, right? I chased a vague number, but I didn't chase a vague number, right? Like I was chasing 1 to 5 million because that's what I said at 19 years old. However, even that's vague because I thought 1 to 5 million would be enough for my dream life, and it wasn't. Clearly, I said in the beginning, right? And if I outline my dream life now, I can tell you guys exactly what it really is. It's like, oh yeah, like I'll give you like a summary. It's like my mansion in Puerto Rico. Oh, it's cost this much money a month. Why I want it? Because it's perfect living for me and my family in Puerto Rico, right? Oh, a house in Dubai or a penthouse in Dubai, right? Why I want it? Or how much it costs? This much a month. Why I want it? Because I like between Puerto Rico and Dubai. Oh, cars non-existent. I only have one Tesla, so I don't need. I paid cash for it, right? And so I don't have anything cars there. Private travel. I love private planes. Oh, it costs this much a month. Why I want it? Because I literally love private jets, and I want to buy a private jet one day, right? So my list of things that I want in my ideal dream life: my Puerto Rico house, Dubai house, private jets, um, um, books, shopping. So I just hit it, so it's like shaking right now. Just everything, right? I have the books that I'm reading right here, right? I have Day Trading Attention, right? I have $100 million offers by Hermosi, and $100 million leads by Hermosi. I just have a lot of things that still make up my life, and sorry, there's a lot of things going on, man. It's a raw video. I'm gonna keep it, I'm not deleting anything, that I would tell you guys is to wake up hunting a certain number. Eric Thomas said when his wife got MS, she cried, not because she had MS, but because she had to stop working, because she, wanted to help and contribute to the bills. And ET was like, how much do you make, a month? Okay, 5,000 a month. How much is that a year? Like 60,000 a year. Okay, 60,000 a year times 30 years. Then I don't know the exact number, but he said it's like 1 point something million. I remember the video. So he's like, he woke up every day hunting 1 point something million, so that her quality of life didn't change just because she had MS. And when you have that belief and that level of something that I'm focused on every single day, it gets you to your goals faster. And for me, I didn't have, like, again, advice to my younger self, I didn't have a number that I was chasing every single day, right? I got rich because I was so fed up with being on TV, and I got in an argument, with Bailey, and I just told myself I'm never going back. And I was just tired of, watching my peers in the trading industry, who I kind of came up with in 2014, be rich and successful. And I'm over here fighting for my life on TV. I just didn't want to do it anymore. But if you can not care what people think about you, stop chasing, girls or guys, and like the whole club scene, because there's nothing there for you. And wake up hunting, a specific number towards your goals, you will get there. Like, you'd be surprised, but you will get there. And that's one thing I want to tell myself. Now there's a lot of things that I've done right that I can go over that I think that you guys probably struggle with, right? I didn't care what family thought of me, right? My mom wanted me to stay in college. I sat her down and said, I'm dropping out of college. There's nothing you can do about it. Either you can support me or not, but I'm dropping out because I'm focused on trading, right? There's a lot of things that I've done right. I took risk, right? There's risks I took where I only had a select, like a little bit of money, like a good amount of money, and Sally Mae, for my loans for college, I think I was like 100,000 plus in debt. And they would call me and say, hey, your loans are due today, or like they're due today specifically. Or if they don't get paid in 30 days after, it's going to be, I don't know I forgot what the words were because it's been so long. But there was a point in time, like several times, where I had the option to, like, I was selfish in a sense. Fortunately, unfortunately, meaning there were people who co-signed my loans, and I had to choose between paying the minimum all my student loans versus going forward in this trading journey and putting more money into a course, a program, or even a trading account. And instead of paying the minimum on the student loans, I literally said, okay, I'm not going to pay. I'm going to pay over here, because if I keep paying the minimum over here, it's not going to get me closer to my goals. It's just going to pay you guys slower and then get interest. And it's going to be, once I pay off the actual amount, it's going to be more left, right? I said, I'm not paying that. I'm going to pay my trading program, so much so to where like the people who co-sign my loans, like, hey, like my credit did this, and yeah, and I'm like, yada yada, and they're calling me, and I felt like not ashamed but kind of embarrassed, where it's like I'm in my mind, just like, I'm trying to get here. I know I can get here. And fast forward, the story ends well, right? Yeah, that's selfish, but the story ended well, where I got rich faster, like I thought I would, and I paid them a lot of money. Like I paid them 3-4x times what they co-signed for, even though they didn't pay a certain amount. Like they didn't, like, let's say you co-signed $20,000. They didn't cut a check for 20,000. They just co-signed it, right? And I paid 3-4x times that to them, right? So the story ends well, but like I made risk and decisions where I was like, I'm not paying that. I'm going to keep pouring into myself. I made a video last week where I was like, I don't know if it was last week, or maybe it didn't come out yet, where I talked about like, you know, the only investment that works 100% of the time is investing in yourself. That's the only one. That's literally the only one. Nothing else. You can try to invest in any type of stock in the world. It's not going to work 100% of the time. You invest in yourself, in books like I just put on over there, or programs, or 2-3 years from now, 4 years from now, you're going to be in a golden position to where it's the only investment that works 100% of the time, because you're never going to go broke from a lack of knowledge. And if I could give more advice to my younger self, it's don't derail your journey for something that is coming. Meaning, like, I derailed my journey a couple times to focus on viral skits and, wilding out, and, going to support my friends like Hitman at Wildin' Out and things like that, or, even battle rapping. Like I physically battle rapped and going to all the events and staying up to date with the culture. It's a negative culture, but staying up to date with that culture. Um, um, there's a lot of things I did, right? Like basketball, reality TV, right? Like obviously I met Bailey on reality TV, but you take that part away, I should have never went on reality TV. I should have just focused on what I was doing. I was literally making a good amount of income babysitting in Connecticut. I was taking that money and putting it into a trading account and and it was starting to do well. And then reality TV just kind of set me back, because I went on TV. When you stop trading for 3 months, 4 months, whatever the case may be, you gotta, like that, like a lot of times you may forget how the markets actually look or move, and then you get off TV and you're like this superstar, and like, you're signing autographs everywhere you go, and you're doing all this other stuff. And it's just like, it took me away from my trading goal. It just took me completely away. And that's one of the biggest pieces of advice, is don't let anything lead you astray or tear you away from like where your actual journey is going to go. Like there's going to be some things where, trading is actually working out for you, and something's going to pop up that you wanted in the past that it's not the right time for it. Any other time, reality TV would have been good. Any other time, getting into a battle rap culture or anything else would have been good. But like, I was so like, it wasn't the main goal. And there's going to be a lot of sub goals like on the side that you think is going to mean like something to you, and it's not. I promise you it's not. It's just going to like strain you further and further away from where you actually need to get to. And those are the 4 biggest lessons I can give to my younger self that I'm hoping you guys can take away from. Is there's you right here, and there's your goal, and it should be on a collision course, right? But your goal is just standing there. It's not coming towards you. It's just standing there. Like it's just right here. No matter how high or low you go, it's just here. And you should be on a collision course with your goals. But how it is you're going and you're going, and then something pulls you away, and then it takes you closer, and then it brings you back a lot, and then it takes you to the left, and like all these things that I'm doing, whether it's like I said, girls or caring what people think, or reality TV, or all the other things that were like subset goals that weren't really my main goal. Just not doing things that led to me being on a collision course with my goals would pull you all away. When it should just be you just going here, just slowly and steadily, every single year getting closer and closer, and then bam, it's there. And if there's anybody out there who thinks it's too late to start trading or start investing or start a business or start whatever their goals is, you're playing yourself. It's never too late. You can be 60 years old and still be fine. Like God willing, you still got an extra 20, 5 to 35 years left on this planet. And it's never too late to do anything. There's a book called, I think, Crushing It by Gary Vee. And don't quote me on this, but I know like a summary of it where it was like these parents, you know, raised their kids and their kids went to college and now they're in their 60s and they wanted to do something that they were passionate about, and they did it. And within like, I think a year, they were doing well and they were making like $1 million a year just off of their passion because they just started. I don't know if it was 1 million, but they were making a lot of money and got a good amount of like traction for what they were doing because they just cared about it and they just started at 60. So now they're still running. This Crushing It came out years ago. Now they're still doing it now, right? So you get to a point to where it's never too late. If you're 40 years old, it's never too late. Like, you are looking at me because I'm younger than you and I'm successful, but you don't realize how I'm looking at people like Iman Gatti, who made his first million or millions at 19, or Kai Cenat, who's young. All of these people are younger than me, who made millions or made a lot more money than me at a younger age, right? So the wheel never keeps turning, right? Kylie Jenner's a billionaire. I'm pretty sure I'm older than her, right? So I just hope you guys can take that away and realize that the path to success is never clear or straightforward. There's a lot of distractions that's going to happen and things that's going to pull you away. But if you guys can take something from my story and my life and how I got to where I was from being somebody who had $2 in their bank account, and I literally was at the gas station choosing between a bottle of water or Pop-Tarts for the night because I was so hungry, in St. Peter's University, my sophomore year. I remember this. Or junior year, one of the others. It was one of those years. I think it may have been even junior year, honestly. I don't know. It was one of those years where I was just at a gas station near my dorm and I had to choose between a Pop-Tart and water. To somebody who has made so much money. Like, I never thought at 19 years old I would make well over 15 million within by the time I'm 29 years old. I never thought that. I literally said if I could make between $1 to $5 million every single year, I'd be happy and I'd be successful and I'd be grateful. I literally thought that I thought it would take me to at least I was 40 to hit the numbers that I'm hitting now. Or I didn't think I'd be living in Dubai when I was 19 years old or living in Puerto Rico. I've never traveled out the country. My first time traveling out the country was, I think I was 20 years old, I lied. Traveling in general, right? In terms of actually like getting on a plane, I think I was 21 years old. I really think I was 21 years old. 20 or 21 years old. Seriously. And then first time traveling out the country, I was 23 years old. And to think that when I was in social studies class, when I was 15 years old, or, you know, just any age from 14 to 20 years old, that I'd be living in Puerto Rico and Dubai as a multimillionaire who travels 24/7, who one day is going to own a private plane, who loves the life they're living right now, where things could be better, but I'm talking from a place of privilege and not from a place of, oh yeah, things could actually be like, I'm talking from a place of like first world problems. It speaks to work ethic, favor, faith, God, belief, everything. But the one thing I will say that the biggest game changer is risk. I took an insane amount of risk. I mentioned about the whole student loans. I mentioned about dropping out of college. There's a lot of risk that I've taken that you guys aren't willing to take. And I would say the biggest piece of advice that I've done right, that I can tell myself to just keep doing this, is keep taking risk. Your husband or wife doesn't want you to go down this route, but you feel like it's right for you in terms of your business or goals. Screw them. You have to go down that route. You only know what's best for you. I say this all the time. Your kid was born because of you. They didn't actually come into this world. So yeah, they rely on you, and they need to, and you need to protect them. Your husband and your wife, you just met them. Sorry, I don't mean like just met them, but like, the reality is, if you met them at 25, they lived 25 good years without you. You met them at 30, they lived 30 good years without you. So if they're saying, don't do this, don't do that, who the hell are you to tell me what I should be doing? Only you know what's best for you. Literally. And I mean that with all honesty. Only you know what's best for you. So you need to take some risk, put some money over here, go down this route, switch your whole career up. Do it. And it may not pay off now, but it'll pay off down the line. You guys may be 25 years old looking to hit your first million by 26. That's not fair, right? You got to understand that I went on this journey starting at 19. It took me from 19 to 25 to make my first million, 6 years. So if you're 32 years old, Put 6 years worth of effort into everything I'm saying into your life. Then 32 to 38 years old, then it's like, okay, right? Like, okay. Then you can start talking about making money. But when you start looking at, oh, Swaggy C was 25 years old, so I'm 32. Hopefully I can make X amount of Z by 33. You can't compare 32-year-old you to 25-year-old me. You got to compare 32-year-old you to 19-year-old me. Wherever you started in your journey, compared to where I started in my journey. Then go to 6-year gap route. A lot of things happened in my life, man. I hope you guys take some value from this. This is a raw video. I'm not doing any edits to this. I'm just going to stop recording right now, but I'm literally in Dubai. I didn't record this last week. I recorded this today. This one, it is 2:51, July 28th on a Sunday, right? It's literally today that I did all of this. I'm posting it, and then I'm going to a business meeting and continuing my life, man. I'm hoping that these videos that I'm posting on YouTube for free just help you guys. So I love you guys, and thanks for watching.